Hi everyone, I hope you're ready to start on our lighthouse painting. We are going to use a variety of very nice beachy colors. We got our dark blue, kind of this tealish color. It's called Caribbean blue. And then a medium blue. We got some nice little yellow here, brown, an even lighter blue. And we got some sandy beige and yellow and black and white for our lighthouse. Okay. Let's get started. So what we're going to do is we are going to take this real light blue and we're going to make sideways strokes across the top. And I find that using a flat brush is the best thing for this job. And you're going to want to paint over the cap of our lighthouse. Remember to keep doing your sideways strokes. I had to paint over an old canvas, so I hope you can see this okay. Get it good and covered. We're going to paint around our lighthouse. I know it's kind of hard to do sideways strokes once you get to this part, so just do the best you can, and then you can go over it with a few up and down strokes. Really, the sideways strokes are more important for the ocean anyhow. All right. We're going to get it down pretty close. Yeah, right up against your lighthouse there. There we go. All right, so we've got a good start on my sky. I didn't go all the way down because what we're going to do is we are going to add some clouds. All right, rinse my brush. Now I'm going to use a round brush for this next part. And what we're going to do is we are going to dip it around in this white that we have. And we're going to dot up and down with our brush and get right up against the lighthouse. Let some of that blue kind of start to mix in. And the dotting gives it this nice cloud texture. And we're going to make it nice and puffy. If you want, whenever you're doing these things, because I know I don't outline them, what you can do is you can kind of make a cloud shape and then dot around your cloud shape. And that is one of the wonderful things about clouds, is they can be all sorts of shapes. So you just go with that. We're going to take the white all the way down to our water line. little bit of cloud over here. I'm going to make mine go up a little bit higher. And again, we're going to bring it all the way down to the water line. Okay. Now let's work on our water line. What we're going to use to start off with is this dark blue. So we're going to take some of that dark blue there. And I want you to make a line right across your water line. Just like that. Kind of drag some of that dark blue down. We'll do it over here. Okay, now we're going to take our Caribbean blue, and I want you to kind of blend it in with sideways strokes. Go back and forth with it, and it'll drag down some of that dark blue. This is the important part where you use sideways strokes, because that way it'll look like the waves. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're actually going to take some of that leftover Caribbean, and I'm going to put a little bit right here on my palette, and I'm going to take a touch of white and start to blend that in a little bit till it gets to be just a nice pale shade of that Caribbean. And then you're going to pick up where you left off and go sideways. Take a little bit of it and go up into there, and just to kind of blend. There we go. And now I'm going to take a little bit of white, and I'm going to finish off where I left off. And I want it to kind of blend in with that Caribbean. So remember, go sideways, just like that. And it's okay if you have some darker spots and some lighter spots, because it's the ocean, and that happens sometimes. A lot of times, actually. Okay, so I got that down. What we are going to do now is we are going to take some of our brownish color, and we're going to start here at the bottom. We're just going to add a few little strokes up. I'm going to keep going with my sideways strokes, and we're going to do the same thing right here. We're not going to use a ton of it. Now we're going to take our real pale brown, this little beige color, and we're going to work our way up, kind of blend in that dark brown with our beige. And you can kind of do, I guess, what we'll call scrubbing, because you want it to blend in really well. And whenever you have to go up like that, that's totally fine. Just go a little sideways just to kind of even that out. And we're going to be right up against this water here. There we go. All right, and then this side. Let's start up here and work our way down. All right, got our sand. And now I think we're ready to start on our lighthouse. And the lighthouse is fairly simple. It's just black and white. I'm going to use a nice flat brush because that way I can kind of control my edges. So we'll start with the white, and let's start up here. So our first stripe down the lighthouse is white. And we start with the white because the white, if it gets dark, you're going to need to cover up that dark, and it's easier to cover up black than it is to cover up white. So we are going to start here. And that way, if we do go over our lines or anything like that, we can let it dry and then just paint right over it. Okay. Rinse my brush so my black doesn't turn gray. Okay. Got our black. We're going to be nice and careful around our edges. And if I ever go too fast, you can always pause the videos. And if you need to let a space dry, that is totally fine too. You can just pause the video. Okay. Sometimes I like to outline where I'm going to be painting and make a nice little border. Now our top part is just a rectangle, nothing too crazy. Okay. And now we're going to do a really simple part. We're going to take some of that yellow and we're going to make a little light for our lighthouse. And what we're going to do is it's really just a circle. Just like that. And then I'm going to pick back up my black paintbrush. And I'm going to follow the lines and make the top of my lighthouse. Now this might be one of those parts where you want to pause it because it's too wet to paint. We're getting ready to make lines to go right over that yellow spot we just added. And for that, I'm going to use one of my small round brushes. There is a line that goes straight across. And then there are lines that go straight down. Just like that. And if you want, you can go back through and even up parts you want to even up. Want to add some seagulls? Add some seagulls. It is your painting. All right. I hope you guys had fun, and I will see you next time.